Are you afraid of change? If you say no, you're probably not being truthful to yourself because most of us are pretty freaking freaked out by change, right? It's something that we don't know. It's a new energy. We don't know how to relate to it. We can't control it. It's not something that we can forecast and say, yes, tomorrow change will happen to me. Because sometimes change just happens and you're not prepared. So, why are we so afraid of change? I think it has to do with the fact that it's unknown. We're so comfortable in our old energy, even if it's not a good energy. Like maybe even it's destructive. Maybe we're not really feeling that well. Maybe we're caught in something that we don't really like at all. But it doesn't really matter. It just seems like it's the devil we know, so to speak. So we stay there because it's comfortable and we choose our own pain, so to speak, right? Now, the fear of the unknown is what holds us back from changing, even if it's better. So let's say you were to see that, 5 months down the road, I'm living this completely different life if I just take this one step today. Would you? Would you take that first step? Maybe you would if you knew for sure, right? If you're like, oh my God, I see it. Like 5 months from now, that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be living over here and I'm, meeting these people and all this stuff. Like if you saw the blueprint, you would be fine. But in this case, that's not the game of this world, right? The game of this world is you not knowing and still taking that leap of faith. And the most interesting thing is, until you take that leap of faith, nothing will change. Nothing will happen. There will be no change. So you actually have to jump first and then be caught and see how everything starts to flood into your life. Feel that safety net, which is very hard to do in our world. But let's say, what would make this easier? Let's say you knew that you were always protected. Let's say you knew you were always safe. Let's say you knew that the universe was always taking care of you. Would you then take the jump? Not knowing where you're going to go, but knowing it was going to be okay. So maybe then some of that fear will start to dissipate because you know within you that you're going to be fine. Even if you don't know where you're going. Even if you take like 100 back roads to get to where you need to go. And that's not even the end of the road, right? That's just another destination. And then you start walking in another direction. So if you look back on your life, somehow through all the craziness that you've been through, because I know if you had a life on this earth, you've had some craziness. There might be a chance that you're okay now. Otherwise, you would be sitting here watching this video. So somehow, even through your darkest moments, even through your biggest fears, even through the most awful thing that happened to you, you're fine. And you're fine through all of the good moments as well, right? If you look back on your life, you see a lot of great things. You'll say, wow, I took that trip. That was really awesome. Remember when I met that person? That was so great. Those things are great too, right? We keep these little treasure chests with all the good stuff and all the bad stuff. And when we look back, it starts to make sense. It's almost like there's a pattern. Like, wow, I can't believe like I moved there and then that happened and this happened and that completely changed my life. I lost my job and then, I started my own or I started another job and, that worked out too. So let's pretend, shall we? Let's pretend that we will live in the world where it's always going to be okay. The universe is always whispering, take that step, try it out. You're going to be fine. Maybe then change is not so scary. And the reason I'm talking about this, because right now is a big time for change in just the collective and just how the earth is constantly upgrading through all of the solar activities that are happening. Science just recently said, yes, the body is affected by solar activities, right? And you can feel it in your body. You can feel those frequencies changing, right? You can feel those urges pushing you forward. And if not, things are going to start to drop away because that's how things work. If you don't take the step, the universe will make sure that somehow things will drop away. So you will take the step anyway. It's kind of like you're standing on that edge. You have a few different options. The first one is to jump by yourself. Like, that's the most easy one. And I'm not saying we always choose that one. I definitely don't. You jump by yourself, you realize you have wings, and you start flying. The second one is like somebody's going to come by and be like, you know what? You really should jump. Like, we can jump together. Like, let's do this. You're like, nah. You're standing there watching still. You're like, nah, I'm not so sure, right? And the stakes will start increasing. Eventually, there's this big herd of buffaloes coming, chasing you over the, over the edge. And you have no choice but jumping. And that's the most uncomfortable choice. That's when you're like be scraped and hurt, and we've all taken that choice at some point in our life where we're all beat up, and then eventually we're like, this is better. I wonder why I was fighting this so much, why I was like hanging on with my nails. I should have just let go. I was fine. You're always gonna be fine. Make that change. Watch your life grow. Choose love over fear. The fear of change is just a fear. It's not really real. It's just your mind has made up all these different reasons for it to be that way. Make the change. Lots of love. Namaste.